morning. Welcome to my Facebook live chat for this week, a day earlier than normal. I'm going to be busy tomorrow, so I won't be able to do it. So, sorry, I've got a different setup here today. So I'm trying not to bump everything. So how are you? Good, I hope. Lovely to see you. Let me tell you what's been happening this week since I saw you last. Oh, that's right. I should say always, if you want to be reminded when I'm doing this thing, just find the events page on my page and then click interested or going to the event that I've set up. I'll put all the dates in that I'll be doing soon. So yes, hello. Or if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe to my channel and there's a playlist there with all my weekly chats in it as well. Yes, so what have I done this week? I sent my weekly email. This week it was all about Work in Progress Wednesday. So I shared a finished thing. I'll show you in a minute. That's good. It's good to actually look back, because I look back to when I started and the process and everything. So, oh, good. Oops. What else? Hello. See you soon. So the Cal's still going well. There's a couple of people who are all caught up, ready to go for Monday. And Monday we start the popcorn squares. Will be started next week. So yay. Looking great. I'm loving seeing what everyone's coming up with. Yeah, so Monday, the next email comes out for that. I must get that ready. So the pattern for this, you can either get on my blog for free, emails for free, or you can get the full pattern in a PDF form now. Totally up to you. Yes, that's it. It's going to be a bit of a quick one today. I've got a few things happening. So, book news, Granny Square Flair, book news. So last week I told you that there was new classes at Yarn Trader, a new class for this Sunday at Yarn Trader. I had two classes on Saturday. They were both booked out, but I think what's happened is some people have swapped out of the Saturday class into the Sunday class. So there's now like 1 or 2 spots in all classes available. So if you missed out on the Saturday one, go quick and you might still grab a spot. Yeah, I think there's 1 spot left in one, 2 in another, and 2 in another. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, I'll put a link down below to all of the Yarn Trader classes and you'll be able to book in if you're in Adelaide. That'd be lovely to see you. So Great Ocean Road Woolen Mill, I still didn't bring it. Workshop has been announced now. So on the 8th of April, which is a Monday, I'm going to be doing a workshop at the Great Ocean Road Woolen Mill, making the Anacortes pattern, which makes the blanket that I made using their beautiful alpaca yarn. So we'll get to play with the alpaca yarn in the workshop, have a light lunch and have lots of fun. So to book your spot in there, you need to email Great Ocean Road Woolen Mill. So email info@gorwm.com.au to book your spot. Yay. Can't wait for that one. That'll be fun. Little Woolly Makes, 12th of April. There's nothing live yet. Yeah, lots and lots of things happening. Patch and Quilt, Gisborne on the 15th and 16th of April. I had a question the other day, because we're doing squares from the book on one day, and the other day we're doing the Mayan pattern that I didn't bring to show you. People were wondering if it was too advanced for them. So if you know how to do the basic stitches, know how to start a square, can read a pattern a little bit, you'll be fine in any of them. It's just it's too hard having complete beginners who've never started before, because it takes too much time away from everybody else. You just want to get going making an interesting pattern. So if you've got the basic skills and you're confident and willing to have a go, you'll be fine in any of my classes. So that's that. All right, Siren's Atlas book news, what I've been working on. So I showed you my notebook last week. It's now got little tabs in it. Anally organised. But it now also has some writings. Oh, I thought I did more than that. Anyway, there's a few pages in there. And I went to the library this week and sat there for a while, and I borrowed a couple of books, doing a bit of research on sirens, on just the mythology, where they came from, all that kind of thing. And it's really quite amazing. I have learnt a lot. I think sirens pretty much first appeared in the Greek myths, with Odysseus and Jason and the Golden Fleece, in those stories. but they've been morphed into mermaids. So originally they were actually bird women, a cross between birds and women. Anyway, so I've been doing lots of research, which is, the book is not going to be about the history of sirens and mythology, but I wanted to base my writings of what I'm going to do in some history. So really old books on Greek mythology. Anyway, fun, interesting. So I'm glad I'm actually started writing it here. So I'm going to take this with me to Adelaide and my pencil and maybe get some more words written as well. So that was fun. What else? The Cortez project I showed you last week. So this is what I showed you last week. I've done 2 rows all joined. I've done the last 10. Oops, that's the back. There's 6 of them joined there. Just have to join this one, this strip of 3, and this spare one. Just have to join them up, and then that will be, then I'll be able to assess it. Still not sure if I want to make it longer or wider, or if I'm going to add something to the edge, whether it's a fringe or some tassels or something. I'm not sure yet. So I'll get that all joined up hopefully today and have a bit of a play with that. So that's fun. I showed you last time I'd been testing the Arafura pattern in lots of different yarns. Well, I did that again. I used some KPC cotton for the first time, the Gossip cotton, in very dual bright tones, to give it a try. And I also, where is it? So this is the Bendigo Woolen Mills original, and this is one that I did using exactly the same colours, but they're just in reverse order. So starting with the light going to the dark. That just changes the whole look completely, doesn't it? So same colours, but completely different look. So yeah, more fun doing that. Yeah, so that's it. So the best way to stay in touch about news for that is watching these lives or sign up for my Sirens Atlas book emails. I'll put a link down below for that later. I had some questions during the week about the cruise that I'm going to be going on in October. There are still spaces available. You can book now. Bookings are open. So some people have lost the feed. So I can see your comment, Sandra, but everything looks fine from my end. Hopefully everything's okay. And you'll get it back, or you better watch the repeat later on. Yes, so cruise news. So in October, I'm going to be teaching on another cruise, just a quick taster cruise, so 3 nights in and out of Sydney. There'll be sewing and loom sock knitting and crochet classes that you can take part in. You can bring your families along, they can do other things while the classes are on. There's plenty of time to do shows and everything at night. It's all really fun. Good, I'm glad you're all good, Carmen. Yes, so I'll put a link down below to join where you can join the Facebook group. Excellent. To find out all about that and where to book. Yeah, ask any questions. Send me an email if you have any queries about it, and I'll put you in touch with the people organising it, Jo Patton from Crafty Adventures. Or you can just search Crafty Adventures HQ on Facebook and you'll find it. So yay. Exciting. All right, crochet play. What did I do this week? Not a lot, really. I've been these squares, and I finished off this little sample that I was showing you last week that I'd started. It's so lovely. I love alpaca. So the brown is alpaca, the blue is white gum wool, this is a alpaca merino mix, and this is Woolganics wool merino. So I've got a little sample now. So thank you very much for all your feedback on, if you saw me in person, how you'd like to buy a pattern. The vast majority, probably about 60% of all the feedback I've received is you'd like a postcard, and the other 40% want a printed pattern. So I'm going to do a mix of both. The shorter patterns, good, I'm glad you're back, Sandra. The shorter patterns I will probably do print to sell, and longer ones I do a download postcard. So thank you for your feedback on that. And now I have a little sample I can show for this Charming Boy pattern. A couple more of those kind of things to do. What else? Oh, I've also, this week I've pretty much completely done a brand new pattern for a special thing coming up that I can't show you, I can't tell you about. but I made the sample, I've done photos, I've written the pattern's been tested, the pattern's been tech edited, I've even done a video. Yeah, so yeah, I've done all of that in last week, but I should be able to show you later on in the year, and it will be a free pattern later on in the year after it's all out there. So yeah, exciting. It's good to get something completely finished from start to finish in pretty much a week, so that was good. All right, so that's about it crochet wise. So what else have I been doing? Knitting. This is my work in progress that I showed. It's off the needles. Hooray! I finally finished it. So all I did last week after I got off from here, I went online and I ordered some blocking wires. I've had a few comments, people telling me, you know, you can just use this and you can just use that, and that's fine. I can, but I've gone with the proper blocking wires because I can just get on and do. And because I live, a lot of people recommend like welding wires you can just get from welding shops or hardwares. We don't, our closest big hardware is like an hour's drive away, and it's not worth the time and effort of me driving there just for that, and then having to deal with the ends. And anyway, I've just gone with the easy option of ordering online. So hopefully they arrive today, so I'll be able to put this in to block, and I'll be able to stretch out all of this to its pointy beauty. So hopefully maybe next week, if they do arrive, I will be able to show you this all finished off and stretched out and lovely. And that's about it. That's about all I've had time to do this week, because tomorrow I head off to Adelaide for the weekend of workshops. I have to leave pretty, no, not that early. I've got to leave in the morning tomorrow. I'm going on a little tiny plane from Mount Gambier. I'm going to drive to Mount Gambier, little plane from Mount Gambier to Adelaide. It's all good. My hotel has sent me an email saying, just so you know, Adelaide Fringe Festival starts on Friday. Thank you, Sandra. And there are a couple of events being held in our hotel, so it might be a little bit noisy. We're going to shut it down by midnight though, so anyway, it's fine. I'm a little bit deaf, I can't hear things anyway. It'll be fine. So maybe there's a chance for me to go and do something at night. See some Adelaide Fringe. I've never been before. Anyway, sidetracked. Questions. If anyone has any questions they would like to ask, just pop in now and I'll get to them. I've had a couple by email this week. Some that come up a couple of times. One was, do I have to use cotton yarn to make your patterns? Not at all. Not at all. Sure, I prefer cotton personally because I like the lovely stitch definition you get. You can see the stitches, you can see the pattern. But I also like wool in some instances, as you know, this beautiful alpaca wool, and this is wool and alpaca as well. It's lovely. This is actually like a 4-ply yarn, but I've used a 6mm hook, so it's quite, that's why you get so much drape. But I do use wool sometimes. This is the Arafura pattern. This is the same pattern, but in wool. And because it's got extra fluff factor, it's a bit harder to see the stitches, but it's not wrong or different. I mean, it just looks a bit different, that's all. It's not wrong. You can use any yarn you like. I just prefer natural fibres and cotton. That's just what I prefer the feel and look of. If you prefer wool, want a denser fabric, go for it. That's fine. The patterns will still work. It's absolutely fine. Let me see what else. Sorry, my notes. Okay, I get this one a bit. How many squares do I need to make a blanket this big? We just have to do the maths. So if someone wants to make a blanket that is, say, 90 inches, which is a big blanket, that's huge. Well, most of my squares, like in the book and everything, are 6 inches. So 90 inches divided by 6 means 15. So 15 across, 15 down, 15 by 15 equals 225 squares. That's a lot. But if you use a larger yarn, like this is 8-ply or DK, if you used a worsted weight, you would need less because you would end up with a bigger square. So make a square, sample what you want to use in the wool and hook that you're making, see how big it blocks out to, that's your base. Divide what your desired thing is by the width of this square and figure it out. It's as simple as that. But if you wanted to use a bigger square, it's the same principle. Like my Mayan square is 20 inches. So if you were making wanted to make a 90-inch blanket, you would make it 4 by 4, which would be 80 inches, and maybe add 5 inches each side with border, or make it slightly bigger. It's really up to you. Yeah, so you just got to figure it out. And that's about it. Does anybody else have any other questions? Yeah. Okay, so tomorrow, yes, as I said, off to Adelaide. Then I'm back Sunday night. And then next week, joining method, explain on that a bit too. Well, if you are signed up for my emails, my Stitch It Up email for next week is all about joining, Carmen. So I talk about the way I like to do it and why, and give photos and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I generally like to crochet mine together. I hold the squares right side together and double crochet UK, single crochet US. Hello, New York. Yeah, so there's a ridge on the back, but on the front it's nice and flat. That's why I like it, and it looks seamless. It kind of joins squares, so it's really hard to see where that one ends and what the next one begins. So that's that. Hopefully it's one of the things I'll be able to give a little bit of a demo on soon with my new tripod setup. I just haven't figured it out, the logistics of switching the camera and all that sort of stuff. But probably after my New Zealand cruise, I will start figuring all that sort of stuff out. So yes, that's the other thing, is not this Saturday coming, but the Saturday after, I'm off on my cruise to New Zealand. Yay, exciting. So that's going to be 10 nights away. Yeah, so next week is probably going to be a bit of freaking out about that, about what I'm going to pack, what the family's going to do, making sure there's food, all that kind of stuff. I don't think I've left the family for that long. I know, it's so exciting. They'll be fine, but you know, the mum thing, you got to make sure everything's good. So next week, probably not a whole lot of crochet work's going to get done, but we'll see what happens. So that's about it for me. Hopefully you have a wonderful weekend. I will see some of you this weekend in Adelaide. Yay. I've got all the workshop stuff packed. That's done. Of course I start with that. I haven't done any clothes or anything, but the workshop things are there and done. So yay, that's me. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you next Friday. Yay.